Hello YouTube, this is Keith Kevin Kent. How you doing? How you doing? I hope you're doing well. Time again for another knife of the day. And the knife of the day is the large Chris Reeve Inkosi with the Insingo blade. And it's the knifeart.com exclusive carbon fiber. For years, or since the Insingo was created and available from Chris Reeve Knives, I stayed away from the large Inkosis. And one reason is I had about 6 to 10 Sabenza 25s. And to me, the large Inkosi was just like the Sabenza 25. You know, they had some improvements with like washers, and the lock bar is stronger, and they moved the clip and that sort of thing, and probably some other things. But I was happy with my 25s. Then I started trimming my collection, and one day I looked in, I went, I don't have a 25. And so it opened up a chance for me to try some knives I've never had in my hand, and that's large Inkosis. I bought 2 of them. I've already posted my look at the plain Jane large Inkosi with the regular drop point blade. But I went to knifeart.com. I love the carbon fiber Chris Reeve knives. I love them. I love them because they shave about 5.5, about a half ounce off of the weight because of these carbon fiber scales on the show side. I mean, they're so much lighter. And it just feels light, and you get everything you expect from a Chris Reeve knife. They're exclusive to knifeart.com. They also have, 2 studs in blue. And they have a special bead in blue as well on the lanyard. And I have fallen in love with the Insingo blade. So, a knife I've never owned from Chris Reeve, a blade shape that I love. My plain Jane, usually, my plain Jane has just a regular drop point blade. So, this is different from the other one that I own because it's carbon fiber and it has the Insingo blade. Oh, I like this knife. Now, you might have seen this knife and thought I did a video on it. The reason is I've been comparing it. It's been on my desk, so I've been comparing this knife to a lot of the newer knives that I've had for size purposes at the end of videos, but I've never done a video on it. And I wanted to get all of these on the channel. Sometimes I go, I have another small Inkosi that I'll do tomorrow, but I want to at least give it a knife of the day, because who knows, when I start trimming and when I start thinking about moving, you've been hearing me talk about one day wanting to get a van and just travel to local places and go to local cigar places and food places and all that stuff. That's been in my mind forever. Now I have a new arrangement with my job where I'm the consultant. And so I'm starting my consulting business. And I realize I'm living where I'm living in a major East Coast city for the job, for the full-time job. So I want to get out of here. Plus I'm turning 60 in July. So I'm re-looking at my 300 plus knife collection. But I've been buying a lot of knives too. Probably shouldn't have. And this is one of them that I just wanted to have. And then I want the memories on my channel. And that's why I do a lot of these knives of the day. So let's talk about this. Again, it's the Insingo blade for the large Inkosi. Inkosi is Zulu for chief. It has a 3.5 inch blade, hollow ground, and the edge is like 3.4 inches. See that edge? It weighs 4.4 ounces. Now, if you got a full titanium, it's about 4.9 ounces or so. Oh, it comes sharp right out of the case. I've noticed a couple of things now that I'm buying a lot of the Chris Reeve knives, except for the slip joint that I did yesterday. A lot of Chris Reeve knives are not coming with the leather sheaths anymore. So that's why you see them popping up on Blade HQ and stuff for $30 a piece. So I guess they're saving money on some of the knives that they ship. When they got the new box design, they've been wrapping these up in the towel that comes with it and not having the leather sheaths. Anyway, I don't know why I digressed. So 4.4 ounces. It's 8.2 inches total. This is just a wonderful knife. It has a little bit, because it's carbon fiber, it's lighter, but man, it doesn't subtract from any of the work that you can do with a knife like this. Great EDC knife. Feels good in the pocket, a lot lighter, and it looks great as well. All of those knifeart.com carbon fiber exclusives are wonderful. Now, of course, the Blade HQ, they have the exclusive for the carbon fiber inlays. That's interesting. I wonder if they're going to do a special run of the new Chris Reeve Sabinza 31s with the new inlays and do carbon fiber. That'll be interesting. I'm not that interested in the 31s except for the inlays, because that's a real change. They're doing to the 21 what they did to the large Inkosi and the 25. It's basically the same with some changes. The most outward change is the moving of the clip. So you'll see that when they come out. But the inlays, they're kind of going old school, and I never had one of those old school ones. I guess they used to do like a monthly knife. I've seen them, but I've never owned them. And so the inlays are going to change. Instead of 2 on the show side, it's going to be a big hunk of inlay on the show side and then 1 on the back side. So I do want to see that. It'd be great to see if they do carbon fiber with Blade HQ exclusive. Anyway, I'm loving this knife. It is such a beast. I'm happy that I have 2 new ones, plain Jane. People ask me about Chris Reeve knives when I get comments about these videos. They say they're looking at Chris Reeve knives. I always recommend, sure, you can go right to carbon fiber with knifeart.com. It's great to have, especially if you're drooling over something like this. I always say go plain Jane so you know the standard, and then get the variations. I think that's why these are called variations. You know, the standard all tie, you know the length, the weight, and everything. When you jump to some of the variations first, I say the same thing with Spyderco. Someone purchased a lightweight pair of 3, and that was their first pair of 3. And he said, and great comment, I mean, he was right. He said, it feels cheap. I don't get it, because he's been hearing these 20 other pair of 3s on everyone's channel and how great they are. And the reason is it has FRN scales. It's super light. You know, it's good steel, but not great steel. It's made to be less expensive and light. You know, grab a G10 pair of 3 first, and then you'll get a chance to see. It'll cost a little bit more than the lightweight. I would say the same thing when Spyderco goes, and I'm sorry, this isn't a Spyderco one, but Spyderco's going to go with the Sage 5. I bought a Sage 5 again after trimming it earlier because I want to see the difference when they do a lightweight Sage 5, which is coming soon. Same thing with a lightweight Police. You know, they changed the police to a police 4 about a year and a half ago. Now they're going to have a police 4 lightweight, which is a big knife that's going to be a lot less heavy and have FRN scales. But try out a police first. The knife of the day, yeah, it's my second. And for a guy who loves Chris Reeve knives and have owned a lot, I've waited because I was happy with my 25s. But since those left the collection with trimming, I'm happy to get the Inkosis. A new knife, another new knife, Chris Reeve knife that I haven't had in my hands before. It matters to me. You know? Especially when I start trimming down my collection big time over a couple of months. Gives me some choices to keep or let go. But there you have it. The Chris Reeve Large Inkosi. It's the knifeart.com exclusive carbon fiber. The whole scale, front show scale, is carbon fiber. Of course, the back, the work side as I call it, has everything you expect in titanium, including the clip. The clip moved off of the lock bar, which, by the way, has never been a problem for me and for most people, but it's a nice design kind of change, an outwardly design, so you could tell the difference between this and a 25. Super happy to have it, and of course that Insingo blade. I love it. I love it. Want to compare it with the large Sabenza 21, and then I thought I'd put up the Paramilitary 2 as well, just so you get a good size difference comparison. There you have it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. It takes you seconds to subscribe. Do you know that 70% of the people who watch this channel regularly haven't subscribed? Do that for me. It just helps me out. Turn on your notifications because I'm looking at moving in the next 3 months. And man, I've been accumulating so much stuff, especially knives. So I'm going to try to get it down to 42 knives out of 300 and something over several kinds of times. Plus, I'm still getting new Spydercos and other knives in. So we'll see what happens with that. But you need to turn on notifications because I only sell to this community here on the Keith Kevin Ken YouTube channel. That's it. I have close to 14,000 followers on Instagram, and I don't post sales there. It's only for you guys. So I hear some of you saying you'd love to have Spydercos with my collector number. So, and I'm still collecting with Spyderco for now as well. Thank you very much, you guys. Thank you for watching. You guys just make my day. I feel so good as I go through this transition. It's good to have friends. I know we haven't met, but it's good to talk to you. It really is. I promise on the weekend you're going to start seeing some other videos because I jammed so much stuff into this apartment. I thought I'd buy stuff so when I retired and didn't have the money, I'd have it available. So you're going to see all that stuff. Appreciate you all. Keep those pockets full. Goodbye.